Let's pour one out from my pint glass, which shattered while trying to make this. Hello world of YouTube and welcome to the pre-prep for the next Drunk Anime review. I did not have the fundage to make a mixed drink for this particular anime, but don't count it out. Next month, for the next Full Metal Alchemist, I'm going to try to have a drink for the show, come up with, made, tested on the show for your enjoyment. But in the meantime, we're going to keep it simple tonight with a glass of Hop Slam and 2 shots of Kraken. Now we drink this and wait for the boost to take effect. Normally shots of Kraken don't feel like they go down a lot smoother than they did tonight. Tonight they hit just extra hard. You ever have it hit extra hard? Just for continuity's sake, I'm also drinking a Mike's Hard while I drink my Hop Slam. Sorry, Rachel. Hello world of YouTube and welcome to another Drunk Anime review. Today I'm going to be talking about One Punch Man. Season 1 of One Punch Man. Which if you don't know what One Punch Man is, it's an anime that came out in 2015 and is primarily focused on Saitama, a very, very strong man who just wants to be a hero and fight bad guys just because he wants to. And it's a primarily comedic anime. Not primarily, it's a fucking hilarious anime, and it's a fun ride. I think it's charming as shit. I love a lot of the writing, and I love the characterization of not only Saitama, but the people in the world around him. So, one of the things I like about this is that Saitama is just a guy. He's just an average dude that wanted to do good, so he trained himself up so he could do good. One of the things that this show really highlights is his power. And one of the things I like about it is they don't go Goku with it. While I love Dragon Ball Z, like you'll see in the new outro video, I honestly think Goku is the least compelling element of Dragon Ball Z. And I know that's not a hot take, but like Saitama is the same type of super strong hero that Goku is, but they put a much more interesting world and view into Saitama than Goku. They both have the same kind of whimsy and innocence. Like Saitama in one of the episodes when he's fighting this super strong dude in the House of Evolution that's been just laying waste and just being this imposing force. He knocks him out in one hit, and he feels upset because he might miss the sale going on at a supermarket, because that's why he decided to handle that situation today, so that he wouldn't miss it. And it's just, it's so funny. It's so goddamn funny. And the people they put in his world suit his character so well. Again, that's not to say the minor characters or the side characters in Dragon Ball Z aren't great. I love Piccolo. I love Future Trunks. I love Gohan. Vegeta, you know, you really feel for him. Even the villains, androids, you know, you feel for them. There's a lot of good components around Dragon Ball Z. But this is just such a good adaptation of that super strong hero in a world of average people. One of the other things I really love about this anime is they set up these big stakes and they set up these big players in the world, but they never forget the little guys. Earlier in this show, they introduced a character, Mumen Rider, who takes credit somewhat for work that Saitama does in Vanquishes Evil, which happens, it's a running thread in the show. People take credit for Saitama's work, and he really, like, he cares, but not that much. And that's another one of the really great things about Saitama's character is he's not all about pride. Like, yes, there's a thread where he wants to be known, but just because he wants to be associated with being a hero. He doesn't want to be associated with terrorists or bad guys, because that's also a minor plot thread in an episode that has rippling effects on the world around him. And I like that they don't lose track of the little guys like Mumen Rider, who while they realize they shouldn't take credit for Saitama's work, they also still try to be good heroes. You know, in the last episode when Saitama fights this really, really strong guy, you still focus on dudes like Mumen Rider and the other ranked heroes in the echelon of heroes that the show establishes, helping the little guy. You know, they pay attention to not just the big stakes, but the little stakes in a really nice, intimate way. Not only that, there's a great conversation with Mumen Rider, and there's a great talk at the end of the season with Saitama and Mumen Rider, and I really enjoyed that. It just felt really jovial in a nice way. You know, I like the camaraderie with not only Mumen Rider, but with some of the upper rank heroes that are introduced later in the season. I love the designs of the heroes as well. I think they're all very unique and very, very shonen in like a very satiristic sort of way. Like there's these brothers who wear tank tops, and one is called the Tiger Striped Tank Top, and he has just tiger stripes all over his body. It's fucking hilarious. But I love the design of all of the heroes in the show, whether big or small. I love the designs of the creatures. Like there's an episode with these deep sea creatures that come up, and well, it's a couple episodes, but the initial episode that shows more of them is just so nice. It actually gave me some vibes of like some late 90s, early 2000s, like Fox Kids anime, and like the best way possible. I'm not meaning that as like a detractor to the designs of the show, but it gave me some nostalgia I wasn't really expecting, and I really enjoyed. While they focus on how strong Saitama is as far as being able to wipe through enemies, they don't downplay the villains. They show the importance of a person like Saitama every single episode. And you'd think that them running this bit of Saitama is just super strong into the ground would get old. It never fucking gets old. They find ways to make it fucking hilarious for him to just lay waste to people left and right. And I love the world's reactions because Saitama does not look like a regular hero. He's a bald guy with a cape. And he just demolishes dudes. And every single time, people have the best reactions. And it's fucking gold every single time. I love the relationship that grows between Saitama and Genos, the cyborg that becomes his disciple early on in the show. I love their dynamic, and by the end of the show, you really feel like Saitama actually cares for Genos, which is great because earlier in the show, Saitama feels like he's really lost passion, and what this season really does is it reignites Saitama's love for being a hero, because once you reach Saitama's level, I like that they place him in the world that presents no challenges, and it presents this existential feeling within Saitama that I really enjoy, and I liked seeing explored and seeing this passion be reignited within him. I love the animation! The animation's great. There's a great variety of it. The action sequences are all really fun to watch, whether it's Saitama laying waste to dudes or people fighting before Saitama gets there. There's a great fight at the end of the season. Animation in that fight is a great variety of both serious and comedic. The physical changes between Saitama and who he's fighting are just awesome, and it's very flashy in all of the right ways, while also having other fights going on at the same time that also have a nice variety within them. It's a quality fight. The comedic animation in this almost seems a little more Western, and I think it helps because of Saitama's look, because he stands out like a sore thumb in the show, and they use that to great effect for the comedic bits. Also helps that a lot of Saitama's dialogue has this very deadpan touch to it that just sets it over the edge. It's so good. And it's funny. It's great. I love his design. I love how it stands out in the show. I know I'm late to this party. I'm very late to this party. But man, did I enjoy this anime. And I think that it's charming, it's fun, it's funny as shit. Like, I was cracking up so many times on a lot of this. And part of it has to do with Saitama's personality. I love this show. I'd honestly say, if you're someone who is not that into anime, but you want a good starter anime, this isn't a bad starter anime amongst other ones that are classics and are revered in the genre that are a little older. This is a nice modern anime to sink your teeth into. It's not too long. Like I said, it's got a lot of good comedy that has anime tropes while also poking fun at some of those tropes.
It starts off really nicely as well. I like that it gives these small little stories before building up to a couple of bigger stories to showcase the world a little better. They flesh out the world a lot more by the end of the show, and I like that about it. They keep it intimate before giving you a bigger scope, and I feel like that's a great way to show the world of that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on One Punch Man. Do you like it? Who's your favorite character? Next time, I'm going to be doing Full Metal Alchemist Part 3, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to go. I've been Viral Rack. You guys keep it to situations. I'll see you another day.